Our goal for this project is to create a name design using markers. For this project, you will need a piece of white paper. I just used computer paper, and a variety of colors of markers, maybe 3 to 5 would be a good number. You'll need a pencil, and that is all you will need to make this amazing design. To get started, I'm going to use my pencil. I'm going to write very, very neatly my first name with a capital letter and then lowercase letters for the rest. I want to make sure that my name is large, that it takes up all of the space of the paper and is evenly spaced out from the left side to the right side. Next, I'm going to choose a color to trace the letters of my name. I'm trying to use kind of the side of the marker so that I get a fatter line. If you have lines that are too skinny, this will take you a lot longer. So I'm kind of holding my markers at a slant to get nice thick lines for my letters. Next, I'm going to make a pattern of colors using the different markers that I chose. In this project, I'm using 5 colors. So I started with blue, and my next color is going to be yellow, as you can see. I'm just trying to trace all around my blue so that the inside and the outsides of each letters have yellow. You can see there are a couple spots where I have a little bit of white showing through between the edges, and it doesn't bother me too much, but if you want to be super careful and make sure that your colors are right next to each other without any white showing, that's fine too. Once I've traced the entire name on the inside and the outside of the letters with the next color, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next color in my pattern, which for me is going to be orange. Now, as you can see, after my yellow, some of my letters are touching. Okay, the yellow is touching the yellow of the other letter. So instead of trying to make orange go through there, I'm just going to continue on wherever the yellows are touching and adding the orange in kind of around that. So you can see, like, between the O and the N, I can't fit any orange in between, so I just stayed on the outside of the letters. I'm going all the way around the name with my orange, and just like I did with my blue and yellow, I'm trying to use the fatter part of the marker so that I get nice fat lines. If your lines are too skinny again, it will take a lot longer to do this project. For this, I decided, like the inside of the A's and the inside of the O, to just color them in orange. I probably could have fit another color inside, like the O, but I decided just to go ahead and color them in. All right, moving on to my next color, which is pink. I'm now going to do the same thing with the pink and just continue to trace around my previous lines. So you can see if I leave a little bit of white in between, it's not the end of the world, but I can always go back in and kind of touch that up after I'm done tracing. Another helpful tool would be to actually move your paper as you trace so that, like, if you're right-handed, you're always tracing on the right side. I didn't want to move my paper just for the video purposes, but it is easier if you move the paper sideways or upside down when you're working on different parts of the name tracing. My next color is purple. So again, I'm going to keep on tracing around the parts that I already have. Paying attention to the different bumps of the letters and trying to keep my lines nice and wide. and then I will be back to my original color, which is blue. Now, as you get to the edges of the paper, you can go ahead and just kind of go right up to the edge, and then your next row will just start on the edge of the paper instead of around the letters. I'm going to go ahead and continue my pattern of blue, yellow, orange, pink, and purple. All right, you can see that I have added a lot more color to my project, and I actually ended up just doing the bottom part of my page with the pattern, and then now I'm going and filling in the top part of the page with the different colors. You can also see on the edges where the colors just ended up going off the side of the paper, so then I just continued the next layer off the side. If you need to, you can trim the edges a little bit so you don't see like the little marks of the marker, or you can have maybe another paper behind this one so you're not drawing on your table when you go off the edge. This is a fun project to do. It's very therapeutic, and it actually kind of reminds me of like one of those optical illusions, like these letters look like they're kind of popping out. So I think it has kind of a fun effect. If you have a really long name, it may be easier to, make your letters a little bit smaller, or you could even maybe make them diagonal so that they fit better on the page. But hopefully you enjoy this project. You find it somewhat relaxing. I'll be excited to see what colors you choose for your pattern. There you have it.